Welcome to Systems Are Go. My name is Eric McLaughlin, and I'm the astronomer for the Rancho Mirage Library and Observatory. This time we will be looking back at the data from the observatory for August 2021, starting, as usual, with our all-sky camera views of the night sky. Our owl friend Hootie came by and checked on things before and after that rather dramatic electrical storm we had. With that in mind, be prepared for some extra flashing lights. I will let you know when we get there. So enjoy these views, and I will be back shortly. Alright, we had quite the storm on the night of the 10th. You'll be able to see it rather dramatically roll in from the east towards the top of the screen. Just after it rolls in, there will be some bright flashes, but I will pause for a couple of seconds on some of our best images. let's look at the weather station's data for August. For August, we actually had a few relatively cool mornings. Again, for August. For relative humidity, the number of relatively high minimums is not unusual for August, but because this is relative humidity, these numbers alone do not show the whole picture. More on that later. Now for August's heat maps. These plots show how the temperature varied for every hour of the month. Once again, each day is represented as a column which progresses upwards, with morning towards the bottom, noon in the middle, and evening near the top. The color scale on this view is set to span all the temperatures we generally see here over the course of the year. So while it was hot, we actually had a bit fewer yellows and bright oranges than we had in July. Now when the colors are scaled based only on the temperatures we saw in August, some details stand out a bit more. In particular, the relatively pleasant mornings we had on the 19th and the following days are hard to miss. Now let's bring these observations together into our temperature and humidity scatter plot. The white curves shown are water vapor density contours. If the data follows along one of those lines through time, then the amount of water in 1 cubic meter of air is not changing significantly in that time frame. In this animation, the data from each hour in July gets its own frame. Hours with many data points occur because our weather station takes extra data when wind gusts are measured. Sometimes this fact makes it easy to spot storms in the data. We have continued to pass through monsoon season, which means we spent most of the month with more than 10 grams of water in every cubic meter of air. Now, with all the data from August plotted, let's see it in the context of the past year. And now let's view the data with a bit more color. Finally, let's view the images from the solar telescope. Our solar telescope uses an H-alpha filter, and these images have been colorized to show more detail. H-alpha refers to a specific wavelength of red light that comes primarily from hydrogen in the sun's chromosphere, a region above the photosphere, what we would refer to as the visible surface of the sun. While we were not able to observe for a number of days this month, we were still able to catch some significant activity later in the month. We even spotted some solar flares. Solar flares are outbursts of electromagnetic radiation. This makes them bright in our images. Because these pseudo-color images are scaled based on the brightest pixels, when a flare occurs, the rest of the sun will fade to a more reddish hue, while the flares keep that yellowish color. Keep an eye out for these events because they are very short-lived. Enjoy, and I will be back as we close. Thank you for watching this episode of Systems Are Go. We would like to give a special thank you to the Rancho Mirage Library and Observatory Foundation for making programs like these possible. We hope you enjoyed your time here today, and if you would like to be kept up to date on all our programming, please follow the link in the description below to sign up for our e-newsletter or subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Thanks again, and remember to keep on looking up.